There was a time not too long ago when iShowSpeed's entire universe existed within the four walls of a bedroom. One chair, one monitor, one webcam that falls off now and then. Back then, Speed was loud, wild, and completely out of control. But everything stayed in that room. It was chaotic, but it was safe. As the years passed by, Speed's fanbase didn't just grow, it exploded. And all of a sudden, Speed wasn't just streaming from his room anymore. He was stepping outside into the real world where everything is unpredictable. Speed soon realized that he wasn't just meeting fans anymore. The world outside wasn't kind, and it definitely wasn't safe.
What the fuck? Watch out, bro! Who the fuck is this, bro? Get the fuck on! Get the fuck out of here, bro!
And if someone was mean, he couldn't just ban them from chat. That's when Speed realized that he desperately needed protection, not just from danger, but from the chaos. And that's when Henry and Rudiger stepped in. But these weren't just regular bodyguards in black shirts. They became a part of the iShowSpeed family. If you ever tuned into a Speed stream, you can see the chat flooding with "Where's Henry?" or "Rudiger W safe?" Because they weren't just keeping Speed safe, they were keeping the entire operation running. Some fans even say Speed can't go live without them.
Move! Hey, move out the way! Move!
But in Speed's world, it's not enough just to be security. You've gotta become family. So who exactly are Henry and Rudiger? And what does it really take to protect the wildest streamer in the world? It all started during the FA Cup 2023 finals when Speed was in the crowd and decided to troll a Manchester City fan.
Yo, Chad, this guy in front of me is a Man City fan. I'm about to troll him. You don't care about Man City? It's Man City! Imagine being a Man City fan.
But then, all of a sudden, the fan finally lost his patience and did something no one expected. He fought back, but not with his words.
Hey, bro. Bro. What the fuck? Yo.
Before anyone could process it, the guy slaps the phone right out of Speed's hand. Speed's security guard quickly jumped in, but the damage was already done. The bodyguard was quick, but that day, he wasn't quick enough.
What the fuck? Bro, what did you just do, bro?
In that split second, Speed realized that something had to change. Having bodyguards wasn't enough. He didn't just need muscle, he needed loyalty. Because next time, it could end with someone in the hospital. And just a few days later, Speed was in Turkey live streaming from the streets of Istanbul. This time though, he came more prepared. Chat noticed a tall, quiet figure always standing behind Speed like his shadow. He didn't speak much, but his eyes were always scanning the background, taking in every detail, ready for anything. And just like that, without even saying a word, the world was introduced to Henry. Henry wasn't just a bodyguard, he looked like he'd body you. Some say he doesn't blink, others say that Henry can sense a sprinting fan before they even start moving. Henry was so serious about his job that he barely posted anything personal on social media. All people really knew was that he worked in the UK, had experience protecting local politicians, and had even worked with the Sidemen and KSI. Beyond that, it felt like he just appeared out of nowhere, fully built for the job. But Henry didn't need a backstory, because the internet wrote one for him. Parody pages started popping up everywhere, racking up thousands of likes with edits, memes, and clips of him in action. And honestly, after seeing him do his job, it wasn't hard to see why. Henry had arrived, and he wasn't playing around. It didn't take long for Henry to prove himself. He was there for Speed, even for the small things. Like this one time, Speed was trying to find something to clean his phone screen with, and without hesitation, Henry offered his t-shirt.
Yo, Chad, should I drive this cord?
Daj mu prowadzić mnie.
No.
But Henry's job isn't always that easy. Like during this Italy stream, when fans got too close to Speed's car and Henry had to take things in his own hands. To some it looked like Henry might have shoved a woman while trying to protect Speed. And the internet wasn't happy. Soon after that, the streams got way bigger. Fan interactions weren't just awkward, they were getting aggressive. And Speed realized that although Henry had his back, he couldn't be everywhere at once. He needed another set of eyes. And that's when Rudiger made his debut, while Speed was out there streaming from Korea. Rudiger wasn't just another guy in black trying to hold back the crowd. He came with a serious resume. Before ever stepping into the unpredictable world of IRL live streams, Rudiger had already made a name of himself in Hollywood. He worked as a professional stuntman, appearing in major movies like Hobbs & Shaw, where he handled the stunts and even shared the set with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. With a towering frame and an intense watchful presence, Rudiger gave off the impression of someone you'd never want to cross. Now here's the funny part. You'd think his real name was Rudiger because that's what everyone calls him, but you couldn't be more wrong. His real name is King Hercules, and honestly it suits him better. So why does everyone call him Rudiger? Well, it all started in Speed's chat. When they first saw him, they couldn't ignore the striking resemblance to the German footballer Antonio Rudiger.
Bro, they said you like Rudiger. They say you like Rudiger.
Yeah?
Yeah, my chat. They said your bodyguard look like Rudiger. That is crazy.
And just like that, it became more than a joke. It became his new name. From then on, Rudiger was what everyone knew him by. And eventually, he simply became Rudy.
Rudiger?
Rudiger soon became a core part of the stream's universe. Just like Speed, his reactions started taking the spotlight too. As he became a regular face on the streams, something else changed too. Henry, who was once the stone-cold, no-nonsense protector, began to loosen up. Their dynamic went from just security to more of a duo, one serious, one lively, but both fully focused on keeping the stream running and Speed safe. This marked the beginning of a new era in Speed's live streams. Henry, who used to stand there like a living security camera, actually started having fun. He began doing things he'd never done before. Like this one time during this haunted house stream, Speed was actually losing his mind. But little did he know the person scaring him was the very man he hired to protect.
Who did this? Who did this? Who did this? Black. Where he at? Where's he at? He's black. What the fuck?
But as time passed, Speed gained two big brothers he never knew he needed. Speed's trust in them grew stronger every day. After a wild horse ride when he wanted to get off, without a second thought, Speed jumped straight into Rudiger's arms.
Wait, stop him so I can get off. Stop him.
Wait.
Rudiger, let me go on you. Thank you. Yeah!
And that wasn't the only time the big brother energy kicked in. When Speed was struggling with a tie in China, Henry, just like an older brother, stepped in and fixed it without saying a word. And just like older brothers, they weren't only there to handle the crowds, they were also there to protect Speed from himself. In one of the China streams, when Speed joked about jumping off a boat, Rudiger wasn't impressed by the threat. But when Speed actually doubled down and tried to jump, Rudiger was more than prepared.
I always wanted to jump off of a boat. Huh?
Even though Henry and Rudiger always had Speed's back, one thing was clear. They didn't treat him like he couldn't handle things on his own. Take that one time in China when Speed was choking on some food.
Hey, creeps up. Hey, creeps up.
Most people would have freaked out, but not Henry and Rudiger. They just glanced at each other, watched him for a second, and let him handle it. They kept an eye on him, but didn't feel the need to step in. Henry and Rudiger might not always be the center of attention, but trust me, when they are not on screen, the chat feels it.
Caught you lacking! I got him lacking! I caught him lacking!
It doesn't take long for the messages to start pouring in, asking where they've gone. Take Rudiger for example. When he was missing from one of the streams, the chat started blowing up, wondering where he was. But little did they know, Rudiger wasn't slacking off. In fact, that day he was behind the camera, stepping in for Slips, who was a bit under the weather.
Where's Rudiger? He's filming! Oh, put the camera to your face! They keep saying, where you at? He's filming!
This just goes to show that Rudiger isn't just a bodyguard, he plays multiple roles behind the scenes. And it's not just the chat who's fan of Rudiger, he's got his own following, especially in China.
What's up? Xiaohongshu. This is Rudy here. I understand you guys are giving me a nickname out here, Xiaomei. Just wanted to say xie to everybody that's showing me love out here, and this is my official account, so I will be posting more. Thank you.
While Speed's the main character in China, Rudiger was stealing his fair share of the spotlight. While Speed was doing his thing, Rudy was out there getting attention of his own. Like this one time in China, when a woman asked to touch Rudiger's muscles, he handled it like a total pro.
I love you both, you know? I like muscle. Can I touch your muscle? Please, please, please. The entrance. Oh my god, oh my god.
Rudy might have the wrist to charm the ladies, but when it came to Speed, he was no match for his boss. Like this one time, Rudy decided to race Speed thinking he could keep up, but Speed showed Rudy exactly why he got his name.
2, 1,
Go!
You so slow. You so slow. No, you're not. You so slow. Shaq, you lost.
I caught up
You lost. He lost, bro. He lost.
Henry and Rudy might be security, but they're also human. Like many other celebrities, Speed never seems to forget that. When their workload isn't too heavy, they get to have fun just like anyone else. Take this one time in Singapore. With things calm for a moment, Speed decided to livestream something a little wild, bungee jumping.
Why am I going on with Henry? What am I doing?
And of course, Henry and Rudy were all in, embracing the thrill like the big kids they are.
Uh-oh. Hey, GG's, that's it. That's it. That's it. Pull it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I thought they died. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. My heart dropped. No, my heart dropped.
It's moments like these that show, even though they're always on duty, Speed knows how to make sure they get to enjoy the ride too. But not every stream is all laughs and good vibes. Sometimes the crowd gets a little too crazy, and that's when Henry and Rudy have to really lock in. And even then, things don't always go as planned. Like during that stream in Czech Republic, things got chaotic fast, and Henry jumped in to shield Speed from the crowd. But in the chaos, he accidentally pushed Speed himself, sending his head straight into the camera.
Hey, watch out. Keep it clear. Watch out. Oh, fuck. This is my head on the camera.
Got pushed into the camera.
This is my head on the camera.
Even with all their experience, moments like that just go to show that sometimes things are just impossible to control, but sometimes they have to go a little overboard to keep things in check. Like this one time a kid was banging on Speed's car window way too hyped for his own good. Rudiger didn't hesitate and quickly stepped in. And well, let's just say the kid got yeeted away from Speed real quick.
Don't bang. Do not bang. Don't bang. Don't bang. Don't bang.
It wasn't personal, just business. Because when it comes to keeping Speed safe, Rudy's got zero hesitation. The same energy carried over to Shang Sha China, where Rudiger wasn't letting anything slide. He was locked in, looking out like a hawk. There were friends everywhere, and when one of them got a bit too close for comfort, Rudy was already on the case.
Where's Unc at, bro? We gotta meet you, bro. We gotta find Unc.
And if there was ever any doubt about how far Rudiger's willing to go for Speed, just look at what happened during his 32 million celebration in Cambodia. The crowd was packed shoulder to shoulder, voices screaming, phones in the air, the energy was off the charts. In the middle of it all, Rudiger wasn't just managing the fans, he was straight up pushing the Cambodian police back to make sure Speed had room to breathe.
We shut the whole country down. You got the Cambodian police right here. This shit's beautiful, man. This shit is beautiful, dog.
Rudiger knew he might have been crossing the line. After all, they were in a foreign country, surrounded by unfamiliar faces and rules they weren't exactly used to. But he didn't hesitate. He wasn't there to take the easy way out. He was there to do his job and keep the person he was protecting safe. That moment during the 32 million subscriber celebration truly captured it all. Henry and Rudiger aren't just hard muscle. They are loyal, always dependable, and fully committed. In a world that moves fast, they're the ones who will always stand by Speed, protecting him with everything they've got, no matter the cost. Just as loyal as Slips, he's the man that's always behind the camera running the operation. His story is fascinating. Click on this video to find out how he met Speed and when he even had to become a bodyguard himself.